You said you are a Catholic. Do you have e-levy on your paper?
Metete atu seho ubeti be any brain soldier, but this particular story Ghana fu ni asoko wo monchimonka highway no so e-levy air trending number 1 Esla air trending number 2 when Esla wusu they be make go Saso na Ghanaians air trending number 3 Ato Forson ono so trending assembly nesi ukopia mo parliament house so a Afenyo Markin on the colleagues together with a majority side no no be small cookies. Ebusia medwedwom masrawa sa obehye video we na obechre wadwe amam your comment section ho. One subscribe here masrawa sa obe subscribe to Trends GH on YouTube, Facebook and TikTok bibia Trends GH. Ebusia mamintin se monchimonka highway no so na medwedwom. Esla ni nyina ye Energy Sector Levy Act. Ebusia somewhere 2015 and His Excellency John Dramani Mahama the first time wo no omode share so Ana agentia sa Esla Energy Sector Levy Act na omode share so 2015 ne say eka enmenem eye energy sector ho enu nti no DUMSOR atwiniti ema even independent power producers no krampo do omu aban ni nyeska kwa no de ti omoka enu nti eka enmenem Ghana enu nti no eye this Esla no omode eye charges bi egu diesel petrol and gas so aye no omo ba gije sa sika no for 5 years nti na wo hwemu anaka that Esla no 2020 ena ebeso I was say government what then time no e was say oji eye Esla no efri ho. Now fast forward 2020 ena Nana Dankwa Ekufuado the time levy no so ye no e was say o repeal no ebusia omo extend no to additional 15 years. I just say instead of 2020 no 2035 ena sa Esla no ebeso. Now even technically we share the purpose of that Esla na e was say na omode ye which is omode betuatua eye enyinam nkane ho ka omomoma ye nkane no eye kudi na ade na omotona na eno na ebusia an ebi kwampo no mu kire mu se sa Esla no kwampo no omode ekosi awowa ate so omode akogiska na even for 7 years kwampo no energy sector levy ho no kwa no sika an oman ni ye 18 billion Ghana cedis awo de kwati sika no ebusia 180 trillion cedis plus in his kaketwa. Now, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama so ba mu watch say eka enda energy ministry won enye eka ketwa. As I'm talking to you Grand Ebusia, energy sector ho nko ano eka ega ho eye 3.7 billion dollars na was say aban ni hia obetumi dia solve eye IPPs eye independent power producers ni nyina aka. Na eno na endra eye Ato Forson okopem mo parliament house a ochem say Parliament amwa no na ne de onpasse eye mrebi a watu din Energy Sector Levy Act Amendment Bill a tell say eno na ye Esla no na Ato Forson ensem we na ode hye so e wo Parliament.
Mr. Speaker, I beg to move that the Energy Sector Levies Amendment Bill 2025. Mr. Speaker, the object of the bill is to amend the Energy Sector Levies Act 1135 to increase the rate of the energy sector shortfall and debt repayment levy in order to raise additional revenue to support the payment of the energy sector shortfalls, reduce energy sector legacy debt, and stabilize power supply. Right Honorable Speaker, the power sector is the biggest economic and fiscal risk presently faced by the country. This could lead to a major crisis if it is not addressed. The challenge in the energy sector are quite enormous, emanating from debt, shortfalls, insufficient gas, and inefficiencies. Mr. Speaker, as at May 2025, the total energy sector debt equals $3.1 billion United States dollars. Aside this debt, Mr. Speaker, the car power guarantee of $120 million US has been drawn down completely. The Speaker, also, the ENI guarantee from the World Bank amounting to $512 million United States dollars has also been drawn down. The Speaker, we have a responsibility to reinstate these guarantees immediately. Aside that, Mr. Speaker, if you are to add these two debts put together, government of Ghana will have to cough approximately 3.7 billion United States dollars to clean up the energy sector debt. But right, Honorable Speaker, the difficulty we face actually is that today, the tariffs that are being introduced by the PULC excludes liquid fuels. This means, Mr. Speaker, that the Ministry of Finance will have to find a way to finance the purchase of liquid fuels year in, year out. Mr. Speaker, that amounts to 1.2 billion United States dollars annually. Mr. Speaker, this cannot be sustained. This, aside the energy sector shortfalls, will mean that every year, government of Ghana will have to look for 28 billion cedis to 30 billion cedis to keep the lights on. Mr. Speaker, this will mean that if we fail to confront the situation head on, a time will come that this energy sector will crowd out key expenditures of state. I want to repeat for the records that the introduction of this levy will not amount to an increase in the ex-pump price. All what we are saying is that we will use the 1 cedi, the shortfall of 1 cedi, to fix the energy sector shortfalls. Mr. Speaker, there will still be no increase on fuel prices. We will see no increase. Rather, we will see a marginal reduction even after this energy. I want to assure the people of Ghana that the currency stability will continue. The Ghana cedi will remain strong. The Ghana cedi is doing well, and this trajectory will continue. I stand by my promise to deliver low prices, stable cedi, and good jobs for the people of Ghana. I so submit, Mr. Speaker. Thank you.
Ato Forson bill when no the shells for parliament. Say no dey an omumwa no dey on pass this bill. Na sane e be ya 1 liter of fuel bi a wo beto no an omo de 1 cedi beto so. Sane e be ya an omo betumi agege saska no no dey a car eda ho animanim ya, which is $3.1 billion eda ho nebusia omo betumi e de tuatua saaka no. Sane e be ya enyinam kanea no eno so ebegina so. Na in some way nebusia wo kopiem oye minority omo side deputy ranking member on energy ono de ochem say David Ato Forson. He is not forcing. He is robbing Peter to pay Paul.
Mr. Speaker, they intend to impose 1 Ghana cedis on each liter. On each liter. On each liter. That is what we are being told in this house. Mr. Speaker, NBC, they intend to impose 1 cedis on each liter. On each liter. A gallon is about 4 cedis 50 pesos. Is this the reset they are talking about? Oh. Is this the reset His Excellency John Dramani Mahama promised the people of Ghana? You are taking off E-levy. Now you are bringing D-levy, DUMSOR levy, E-levy Pro Max. E-levy Pro Max. That is what they are introducing to the House.
So deputy ranking member on energy, Ebusa and some way or the shares so hono. And energy minister John Jinapor. Onu de ochem say Debbie or setting the record straight because deputy ranking member on energy will mislead the public.
First of all, Mr. Speaker, this whole debate is about fuel prices and its impact. And we are having this debate because under the NDC government, fuel has reduced from about 15 point something to about 12 cedi. In fact, that is the whole debate. This whole debate is because of a reduction. But for that reduction, we will be debating. Because the debate is what reduction is the consumer getting? And what is government taking to support reliable, affordable, uninterruptible supply of power? This is it. Mr. Speaker, my good friend, the deputy ranking says that fuel prices will increase by 100%. With the greatest of respect, that is completely misleading. And in Wuntumi's words, Wobo. Mr. Speaker, if I may borrow, once again, Mr. Speaker, if I may borrow the strong and venerable wood to me.
Honorable Minister, what is Wobo? What is the meaning?
This cannot be the case. And to sum it in English, Mr. Speaker, it simply means that it's inaccurate.
So John Jinapor odi nsem we tu ga e Parliament House wo wie ye no eno no chem se ensem we a e koso omonchemo ka highway no so no Ghana fo bebre na no omo nti ase enu nti no wasen grant interview a o breaking it down a o gigam ade a esla no e beye na sa sika no omo jeje no ebi so no omo de beye dan.
The liquid fuels that we buy currently is not part of the tariff structure. And so when you and I pay for electricity, even if ECG were to collect the money 100% today, none of that money would go into the procurement of liquid fuels. Meanwhile, we require over $1 billion this year alone to procure liquid fuels, because we should have increased gas consumption or production years ago. It takes on average about 18 months to 2 years to put the gas infrastructure in place. That is even if you start today. And so this should have happened like yesterday. Finance Minister has been helping a bit, though with much difficulty in helping us to procure liquid fuel. And so what are the options available? Increase electricity tariffs, fall on the Finance Minister for non-existing money, or share the gains in the reduction of fuel prices. Bear in mind, when we took over, fuel was about 16 cedi. And so even with this 1 cedi, even as I agree with you that you will pay some 50 cedi extra, you will be saving 100 cedi extra or 150 cedi extra as compared to when we took office. And so yes, we would have wished to pass all the gains to Ghanaians. And that means that you would have to pay about 40 to 50% more in your electricity tariff situation. But governance is a balancing act. And that is why we are appealing to Ghanaians that will give you a reduction already from the 16 to about 13, which is about 3 cedi reduction. So that at 13 or 12, we can also use 1 cedi to sustain electricity for productivity. Whilst we take steps to increase gas consumption, reduce the losses, bring about efficiency. And already we are putting in place mechanisms that showing that in the electricity sector we are seeing some positive results.
Energy Minister John Jinapor na nusi yepe ene no de minority leader Osahene Kwame na Afenyo Markin onu de ochem se obebogu menu so parliament. Woleben Ato Forson akayi obo akra. Ene na Afenyo Markin o start ye ogige nsem no ko eche. Afenyo Markin West ni bia o use eno na Rose Minister Kwame Abodza ne type post dey bi ono so mafaya. Now Afenyo Markin offer ye mu no West ni bia o san so use ye eno en educational minister Haruna resources dey bi. Afenyo won't me use that West no. So 2 against 1.
You said you were not going to introduce taxes. You are now introducing e-levy, and your e-levy is more expensive than the e-levy you repealed. In fact, this night is a night of shame for you guys. E-levy, you repeal, you introduce e-levy. What we are seeing today is that after repealing e-levy, the government is introducing another e-levy. Mr. Speaker, government is saying that it is introducing 1 Ghana cedi e-levy on petroleum products. 1 Ghana cedi. So, Mr. Speaker, 1 liter, 1 Ghana cedi e-levy. Energy
Honorable Minority Leader,
levy.
I recognize Honorable Abodza.
We stood for Mr. Speaker.
Mr. Speaker, my nephews do watch parliamentary proceedings. They know what e-levy was, which was repealed. When the minority leader keeps talking about e-levy and they are watching, they may get confused. To save my nephews, let the minority leader just know that there's no semblance of e-levy in this house today. So you are debating a completely different bill. Actually, I want to suggest that perhaps he's been given the wrong bill, because there's no e-levy in this house. Energy sector levies, no, energy sector levies is not e-levy. How can you say it's e-levy? Show us which bill, what is the title of the bill you've got? What is the title of the bill you've got? You said you are a Catholic. Do you have e-levy on your paper? You say you are a Catholic. Proof. Do you have any e-levy on your paper? You don't have e-levy. And people are watching. Why are you shaking your head? Why are you shaking your head? Do you have e-levy?
Mr. Speaker, when the Akufo-Addo government introduced the electronic transactions levy, you never referred to it as electronic transactions levy. Was there anything like e-levy in the law? Was the law setting e-levy? You see, you are now crying. Mr. Speaker, this is an e-levy. I would call it e-levy. E-levy go, e-levy come. That's what you're doing. As I speak, it's 10:22. In the dead of night, Ghanaians, I suspect, with this application to take the bill through the motions and the certificate of urgency, the intention of the leader of government business is to do this thing in the dead of night like they did in the gold board one. So Ghanaians will wake up to another e-levy.
The honorable minority leader knows that when the leader is on his feet, it must be very compelling for me to come on a point of order. It's when the leader says that certificate of urgency. And Mr. Speaker, you are presiding. Certificate of urgency on what? This is a financial bill. The combined effect of Article 1062 and 108, this is not a bill we should be debating urgency. Indeed, the Minister for Finance introduced this bill in daylight in order that he can save the country from DUMSOR tomorrow. This government will not sleep and wake up tomorrow to be blamed that this country will be subjected to another energy failures that will cripple the private sector, cripple individuals from undertaking their economic activities. So, Mr. Speaker, let the leader be reminded that you, I respect your law, read the combined effect of Article 1062 and 108 combined. This bill is a financial bill and can walk the process and be concluded today in accordance with the Constitution and the law. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
So after this Gumbe so parliament, Ena Mahama Ayariga majority leader, Ochem said, Onoso be setting the record straight. Ogusu a okese ni mu no na Afenyo Markin, the type o se dey bi. Parliamentary ho no, cameraman no waye ade bi anabonwo so. Inta Afenyo Markin obaka na dwe wo ho. Afenyo Markin anu si ye pe ena majority leader o se Afenyo so soon. We efra ade dodo, debi manya sa e wo den.
Mr. Speaker, this is a tax that has always existed. Indeed, when e-levy existed, this energy sector levy also existed. So it is not e-levy being replaced with another e-levy. Mr. Speaker, I am not surprised that today the minority will be opposing this, because this is not the first time. When we were passing ESLA, they opposed it. But when they came into office, not only did they spend it, they used it and they mortgaged it and took loans. So I'm not surprised that today, this very innovative effort to get Ghanaians to contribute so that we'll fix the challenges in our energy sector is facing stiff opposition from Honorable Afenyo Markin and his colleagues.
Yes, Minority Leader. What is your concern?
Mr. Speaker, we in this chamber, we are politicians. The clerks at table, they are not. So when we are doing our politics, we do our politics.
I'm happy the clerk has just entered. The cameramen, when the majority leader was on his feet, they are only focusing on him. If a cameraman would deliberately take, when I've taken my leg out of my shoe, Mr. Jetro, let your cameraman know that if they want to play politics with a camera, we will not take kindly to it. Yes, Mr. Speaker, if they would now be taking our legs, why is it that when he goes to the majority leader, he's only focusing on the upper part of his body? I had taken my shoe off because my leg was hurting. You know, we've sat down for a long time.
My friend, the Honorable Minority Leader, is worried about his feet today. A few days ago, he was lying in front of Yoko with the feet on display for all Ghanaians to see. Mr. Speaker, a few days ago, he, not this cameraman, he removed his shoes and was sitting in plain public view and displaying his feet. Mr. Speaker, and he encouraged all his colleagues to also remove their shoes and sat on the floor, the tarmac.
Ntano de okopia Parliament House wa endra na nya agro because of Energy Sector Levy Act Amendment Bill. Yes, endra Parliament e pass ye. A tell say sesia no water fuel 1 liter bia na 1 Ghana cedis na an omode ato so a tell say sesia no omu kiremu a technically no washa according to Ato Forson or say at rate omo beton 1 liter e wo ho no. Tell say washa e so atekra nti sesia no say one city kura no beda so a because of city na sesia so no e appreciating nti no I emfa ahochire bebre na no embra Ghana for wato ne mopa na tse no de go. Now even technically say wo hwe sika na e-levy e de mahefo a year na wo hwe sika 1 Ghana wey no e de bre Ghana times 2 of e-levy because na e-levy be man 2.something billion Ghana cedis but wey no e man 5.something billion Ghana cedis. So amanfo kiremu a de bi omo de omo jintum ebi so kiremu a omo be ya ne dan se sika ye tua no so omo de be ya ade na omo ka ne de a omo ni problem but so omo fanya ne omo ka na se na ye be face dum so de a ene ye ntua import drivers any passengers ni be kwa lie
me kwa no ani me mama ko to what you
your comment section ho ebano Energy Sector Levy Act incremental omodi asesa so ewo ho na ebi kura no efre no D levy ebi say you DUMSOR levy musia chira adwema your comment section ho na share video we ma afoforo so ensa enkebi me remains the same Kojo Black my crowd.